just switch over. Welcome back to Streamline Entertainment. It's Marvin speaking, and I am with the wonderful Ali tonight. And I've not heard from her for a few days, and I've really missed her. How you doing, Ali?
Oh, hi there, Marvin. Yeah, I'm okay. Yeah, I've had quite a lot on my plate, to be honest, and I'm not supposed to be working at all, but it seems to be snowballing, and there's quite a few bits I've had to tie up with my mother's death, and
So sorry about
also,
that. Yep.
yeah, no, it's one of those things because we've had to we're repatriising her
Yeah.
to the UK,
Mm-hmm.
and there's arrangements for that to be done, and for a memorial service, but we're going to leave that till the spring. And plus the fact is I've had lots of other things on, so
Yeah,
I do
I thought.
apologise, everybody.
No, that's fine. I thought you left me. I thought I was going to send out a search party for you.
No, well, I've
I'm
still
joking.
got my engagement ring on, so
The one I sent you.
you're the one you sent me.
Yeah. We do have some fun, Ali, don't we? Do you know what I mean?
Oh,
We do.
You've got to.
Yeah.
You've got to, because some of the stuff we have to deal with is not at all funny.
Yeah.
And the only way that you can deal with it is in your spare moments, have a bit of fun. Yeah. I've got a very nice gold and silver ring that you sent me.
Yeah. It's worth millions. Don't tell anybody.
No, well, all the way from America as well. Who's that on the top of it?
Hey,
Oh, I
you
recognise his face.
you haven't heard my American accent yet. Hey, how you doing? Hey, how you doing?
Oh, what type part of America is that then?
Should we say LA?
Well, you can do, but I've probably got another word for it.
Not very good. Right. We better move on to the actual serious stuff. Right. I'm going to be talking about, in part one, Rachel Hargreaves and Andrew Taylor, who's Rachel's partner. And they have a business in Accrington, which we didn't really know about, Ali, did we? Until
Well,
today.
I did, but
Yeah.
I hadn't really looked at it very well, but I have now looked at it quite well, actually.
Oh, wow. And what have we got new on it? It is, I've got it down as a fitness centre called All in One. And that's the name of the place. I didn't actually think, I know maybe it's me being silly, but I didn't actually think that she was that sort of business orientated like that. Do you know what I mean? I know she said she worked, but I didn't think it was in a gym.
Well, it's a gym and a health food, get meals, healthy meals and that, It's in King Street in Accrington.
Wow. And how long would you say, Ali, they've had this business for?
Well, they've had it since last year, but they changed the name. They registered it under a different name, and then within about 6 weeks, 8 weeks, they changed the name of it. So it hasn't been going that long. I have got the details. I haven't got them in front of me. So I'm doing this by memory tonight.
Yeah, no, that's fine. That's not a problem. And just for the people, we're only doing a 35-minute video, so it's just to let people know. So the partner is her partner is Andrew Taylor, and obviously there are, a few convictions, 5 convictions on him, and he was also in the military.
He was a paratrooper. Yeah,
Wow.
he's also a poker player, a professional poker player.
Wow. So he has got some talents then, isn't he?
Well, yeah, I mean, he uses the name Andrew Taylor and sometimes adds the other word on, which is Murphy.
Right.
So Andrew Taylor Murph, he's known as. He belongs to a poker club, and he goes California. He's got he's got 7 indictments against him and 5 convictions for different types of things.
Well, when you say indictment, Ali, can you explore on that? What's the meaning of that?
Well, it is a Friday night, Marvin. Yeah. And well, what it means is there was 7 cases against him, or 7 charges,
Right.
and 5 have been proved to be they've been successful.
Wow, I got you. So it sounds like to me that he's got his pies and a lot of things.
Yeah, well, mostly drugs and smuggling drugs. He's got a clothing company, which is how they caught up with the drugs with him. He was smuggling drugs in the clothes business.
Wow.
And also burglaries. I don't know. Anybody can find it out. It's not just me.
Yeah, no, it's out there. It is out there for the public to see.
It is out there, yes. And they run this gym come health food shop business.
I would
in
imagine.
King Street.
I would imagine, Ali, they obviously with gyms and obviously so many young people and older people, middle age, go into the gym as well. I'd imagine they do pretty well off that.
I've no idea. I mean, there's no returns as yet because it's a young company.
Right.
As I say, and they swapped the name of it. But I do have what we call the SIC codes. That's spelled SIC,
Yeah.
which is the ID of the type of business they're in.
Okay.
And one of them is hospitality, and the other 2 are food and gym related.
Wow. So they got a few things basically on the go there, which is very, very interesting.
Well, the whole family seem to be involved in businesses.
But didn't we have a conversation, Ali, that we've both looked at basically her name, Rachel Hargreaves, and sometimes she uses her middle name in businesses as well, businesses opening, businesses closing. It just seems like a massive thing, and sort of AOP as well, doing the same thing.
Well, she uses the name of Rachel Louise Hargreaves, which is what we all know her by.
Yeah.
But she also uses the name Rachel Marie Hargreaves. And of course, Brad, the son's father, is Mark Hargreaves. Brad does have a business now. I only got that up yesterday, was it?
Yeah,
Yes,
it's listed.
sorry.
It's listed. Sorry, Ali. It's listed as a new company, registered in Cheshire.
I believe it's Cheshire. It's not registered in Lancashire that I do know. It's called Diggy something or other. I haven't got it in front of me. But it was only opened by Brad in the 28th, I think, of August this year. So literally he'd just got back from Tenerife and the new company was formed.
Maybe we should pay it a visit, see what it's selling.
Well, yeah. I mean, I only found out about it yesterday, so, that's interesting in itself.
Yeah, very much so. Absolutely, very, very much so as well. It's amazing. Sometimes, obviously, we haven't spoken for a couple of days, but sometimes you can actually sit back and things just start to come at the end of the day. Sometimes I do that, Ali. I've since I've been looking at other things as well, but since I've actually kicked back, sort of more and more things tend to unravel itself in the Jay Slater case.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, the actual Tom Hilton link is quite a strong link, or more than a link, I would say. And I think the lads that are left are kind of praying each day that they're not going to be the next on the list.
Yeah.
But this is a huge, huge operation, and it doesn't just stop here in the UK and in Tenerife. This is worldwide gangs. Their gangs overlap, and they all do each other favours. Not so much favours exactly, but within the gang world, there's the criminal element where some of it is so distasteful I don't even like to look at, to be honest with
Yeah.
you.
Do you know what? I did a video the other day, Ali, on the young members of some of the young members of gangs, and some of them are even like 9, 10, and 11. I've had actually messages from people to say that they know like a 9 and 10-year-old that's in a gang and running rugs, and that was incredibly so sad because some of these youngsters have got no chance.
Well, they don't, do they? I mean, you know, when you take some of the members of the gang that, you know, turned on Tom Hilton, and he's no angel, as we know.
Yeah.
I have had messages from a couple of those guys,
Yeah.
and they will just stay with me. I have passed them on to the relevant authorities, and then they must do what they think. But some of these guys were only kind of 15, 16 when they started with this, and that's no
Wow.
age. They're not.
Wow.
Some of them aren't even out of school, you know, or
And-
college or anything.
Yeah, the other thing, Ali, I think it's also because they're a lot younger and they see these big guys riding around with nice watches, cars, jewellery, and everything else being on the scene, and they want that. But like I said, if anything goes wrong, it can become very intimidated for them to get that money back, or you've got to work twice as hard now because you've lost rugs or you've lost something that's valuable to these top guys, you know?
Yeah, and I mean, I've learnt a couple of their lingo. I mean, it's interesting. I think I could do a bit of a rap sometimes, but I'm not doing it on here tonight. You can
Yes.
forget it. I can understand where you're coming
I get
from.
you. I get you ready for Monday. I'm gonna do a duo.
You might get it Christmas time. I promise it then. But no,
Interesting.
they call, for instance, money is peas.
Ah.
So when they're talking about peas, it's money and cryptocurrency, and it's all to do with money. So that's one word that I've found out. Interesting, because I love languages, foreign languages, but I never thought I'd listen to this
Yeah.
kind of language.
Yeah, and we're still breaking down what Ayub's on about in his rap songs.
Yeah, do you know what? He could go to Rachel Hargreaves' Keep Fit thing, couldn't he?
I doubt he would.
Well, I don't know. He wants to be a film star. Let's see what next week, isn't it? Next weekend he comes to fruition with his new podcast.
Interesting.
That would be interesting.
I,
Yeah.
I reckon it gets put back, probably. This is what I'm thinking.
I don't think we're going to get anything too new, do you?
No. I think
If he can tell us a bit about this new Polish cartel,
it'd be
which is
interesting.
also linked,
Yeah.
and I do have names for that one. I was going to ask you, actually, did you get hold of Julia Banim from the Chronicle
I
Live?
did email, but I didn't get anything back, Ali. But I'm just wondering whether you could try her as well.
Oh, gosh,
if you've got,
as if I haven't got enough.
yeah, if you've got like 5 minutes, that'd be brilliant. But I did email, but I didn't hear anything back because that information you wanted, I think, is quite crucial to the case as well.
It is crucial. That's why I kind of got it flagged up. Also, the coroner's lady, Alison, I have tried her 2-3 times today, but there's no reply. And then I looked online and found out they close early on a Friday. So I'm going to have to get back to her on Monday because she was really useful. So we need to pick that one up on Monday. So I've got all these yellow post-it pads here with lots of to-do things on it. Don't know that there's anything else. There is a Ben Hargreaves.
Yeah,
We haven't heard from him.
do you think that's a cousin, Ali, or a brother?
I've no idea. I've really got no idea. I can't say these things unless I seen them in black and
So
white.
we believe also, Ali, we've got Brandon on Reddit. But do you know something? Someone mentioned this 3 months ago to go on Reddit because they believe that Brandon is on there using
Oh,
different
he is.
names.
Yes, and
So
I have his handle for that as well.
yeah, so we've got Roy Zab.
Oh,
Well,
yes, I gave it to you
yeah,
earlier, didn't I?
yeah,
Yep.
Roy's a boy Zab. So which is ROY ZABOY boy and then Zar. Roy.
That's it. That's Brandon.
Roy Sapaya and Reddit. Yeah, it's kind of funny because, like I said, I do believe sometimes they flit in and out of people's YouTube channels just to see what's going on and what information
Oh,
is
they
actually
do.
happening.
I mean, you know, we know that Brandon's a very keen Coronation Street fan. And, of course, Roy Cropper
Yes.
is on Coronation Street. And, of course, he used the handle Royston Cropper on the, what was it, on the...
Facebook, was it a Facebook account?
No, it wasn't Facebook, was it? It was, oh gosh, it is Friday night, I forget. Tattle.
Ah.
It was on Tattle. It was on Tattle. I mean, I'm not a social media lover anyway. I haven't got any Facebook or anything, so no good. Rocky, keep going on trying to find me there, because I am not there. And also the other guy, Gabriel Martin Canavas. He's also come on to me.
Wow.
I don't know him. If anybody, he's obviously a relative of Roman, I would think. But no, but Tattle Life it is, Tattle Life. That's who Brandon is on with, and this is his new handle, which you have just read out.
Yes, correct. Yeah.
So anybody can go on and find him, and he'll probably change it tomorrow, as we know.
It's funny, isn't it? That, like I said, I do. Even when that live we done, I think a lot of them, because they thought it could have been valuable information that they've heard, that we've heard from someone in the case. I think a lot of them tuned in, and that's why I think there was a lot of fire, aggression in people and rude people. Do you know what I mean? On that day, I really do think so. A lot of them had tuned in to see what we had to say. You know.
Well, there's no need to be rude in any sphere, to be honest with you.
No.
You know, we've all got our own lives to lead, and you might not agree with everything anybody says, but you can be respectful. And, you know, it's not as if they've done anything deliberately to me or anything else. All we need to do is get to the truth.
Yes.
That's all.
Yeah,
That's all I'm interested in.
That's right. I mean, even if some of these youngsters don't go to prison for it, what we want them to do is learn a lesson and turn their life around to do something good and not get trapped into this underworld, which will ruin people's lives.
I mean, some of these older guys, they could actually do that and say, look, we'll teach you to have a decent life. And give of yourself more, and it's really right from wrong at the end of the day, isn't it?
Yeah,
that's all you're asking for, really.
Yeah, that's all we want, and for people to not we're not attacking people, but I think it's very, very important that the truth does come out into this case. So we're going to move on to something very important. So I'll read it out. Not everything, of course. 4 people accompanied Jay when he left the club at the back entrance. And before that, he went to the floor, confirmed an eyewitness. And we believe that time is from 11:30 to 1:30 p.m. What more can you tell us on that, Ali? Because this is quite good information.
I've never been to the Papiego Club.
No.
I've been to Los Americanos many, many years ago, but obviously over the years it's changed and it's completely different to what I remember it. And Papio is kind of the last club, if I remember, on the map, next to where the estuary comes round that meets the sea, and then you've got the decking stuff which goes straight on to the Costa Adige Road. It's more or less next door.
Okay.
So you've got three sides of the Papagayo Club, which is has got accesses from three sides, the back and the two sides, and then a little bit at the front where you go in from the Veronica Strip.
I understand. Yeah.
So you do have to, and they do when you kind of sign up for the NRG, say part of it is sand. That is because it is sand. You're actually half on the beach. So you've kind of got an in and out club where half of it is, I'm trying to describe this as best as I can, half of it is indoors, and like you would have a conservatory type of thing,
Right.
with an awning over it,
Yeah.
which would be sand, and that is where two guys took Jay, and another two joined them. That I do know. But there was a beach altercation there. I now have spoken to two people that said one was fake, so there is one fake beach scene, but the other one towards the Adige side was not fake.
Wow.
So, I mean, make of that what you will.
But they were, because do you know the funny thing is, Ali, they were actually two parts of that video. And what it was, a lot of the YouTubers and sleuths couldn't work out the two parts. There was something not right. And this could explain, which we've never heard before, why there was sort of problems in which of the two videos was correct, or did they run onto each other, or did they happen in different places?
Well, it kind of merges into one place only. I mean, if you walk along that bit, you come to the Adige Road.
Yeah.
Now, what I think, and it's only what I think, if that is correct, and I have great confidence that the people that told me this is correct, in that he was taken out of the club very, very ill.
I just want to confirm one thing. Obviously, the person who's given us the information, or you in the information, should I say, they were definitely at the club and saw this.
Yes. They saw him go down, and he didn't get up.
Wow.
And two guys stepped in and carried him out. And then there was a bit of a to-do on the beach. Now, who that was with, I don't know. They might spill the beans more next week when they've promised to ring me. So
Right.
we'll have to wait and see. And then a car arrived. I think it was the white Seat Leon arrived. Two white cars arrived and a silver car. And they put him in one, and then two more people got in another one. And who was in the silver car, I don't know. Again, that might be forthcoming.
Yeah, because do you remember, I think we might have covered it, excuse me, we might have covered it, Ali, that two cars stopped off somewhere, didn't they, maybe to get drinks or something, and 7 people were there all together?
Yeah. The 7 people were all, well, no, they were in 2 cars. 5 people arrived and then 2 people arrived. But I think that whatever they had to do, they had done, and then they'd gone to this, it was a gas station and a cafe. I know where it is.
Yeah.
And they'd gone there for a conflab and to have something to eat, obviously, before they went back to wherever they were going.
It's unbelievable. A big question for you, and I will comment after you. Why do you think these boys are so scared to tell us everything, put it all out there on the line?
Well, because they obviously were involved in the Tom Hilton stuff, and also in what's been going on. So they're only young and they know too much. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And maybe they owe money for drugs. That was another thing, because I do know that that some of them do still owe money for drugs. Because they can buy it, and I mean, I've told people how you can buy it on this Telegram account that you can ring up, and you can order all the drugs in the world, and it's promised to you. Pay there on the spot with your card, and within 2 or 3 days you get your drugs.
And the other thing is that you can rack up a lot of bills.
You can buy on the Never Never, as we used to call it. You know, if you've got a £4,500 bar of cocaine, or however they sell it, I don't know, but it's I think 4,700. You can put 475. You put 10% down, and the rest you pay every month. Well, it's like anything that you pay monthly. If you default from the payment, then they come for you, and that is exactly what's happened.
Wow. Yeah. It sounds good, but like I said, as soon as you start not paying paying what you owe them, things start to get very, very serious very, very quickly. Yeah. And then I can see sometimes why these boys end up working for them, maybe to pay off a debt, and they seem to have always owe something because of this debt, which is absolutely incredible.
I think it spirals out of control. It's like anything you take for a while, you become addicted to it, and then you find you can't work because you're ill because of it. And so what do? Buy more, but you can't buy more because you haven't got the money, so you just get by with what you've got, then you end up working for them. That's how it works.
Yeah. The other thing is, as well, Ali, at the end of the day, obviously the 8 that attacked Tom Hilton, and it does seem like to me that these young kids or the people involved seem to be going one by one, and one or two you could understand, but when there's like, I think there's 4 now, isn't there? That of the 8.
I was trying to check that out today.
It's 3 or 4.
There's 3 or 4 that are already gone, so they are diminishing, and nearly half have gone, haven't they? There's also some more that were associated, because there was 23 in that gang altogether, which is unbelievable amount of youngsters to be involved in anything like this. They're counting. They're really scared. They're really scared, and it's a job to know what to do.
It was funny because I think it was Duncan was on about that. There were so many people from Jay's area in Tenerife, and he said something like it just seemed like the whole of Accrington was in Tenerife at that time. So everybody knew each other. You're gonna have people that didn't get on with each other, that were enemies and were with other gangs. So it was only a matter of time before something went down.
Yeah, and of course I think probably some of the top brass, if you can call it that, the top brass of the gangs, the actual top bosses that are involved, and they don't get to do any of this. They they pay other people to do their dirty work, so to speak. But it was probably the first time any of these young lads and women met anybody of any importance in their kind of hierarchy, and they probably thought, my God. And of course, some of these guys, if you see them when they keep fit, and I mean, some of them, like Atunde, and there's a couple more else, they're really big bodybuilders, and they're frightening, and their presence even would frighten the life out of me.
They train, I think, sometimes to be intimidating.
Oh right. Yeah, without it's like a pack of wolves.
Yeah.
And I think Tom Hilton said that it was he felt like he was being attacked by a pack of gorillas.
Wow.
Well, it's a similar kind of thing.
Attack. Yeah.
That you would feel, wouldn't you?
Especially if you're a young, slim lad and you're looking up to these guys, or even working for them, and things get a bit wrong, and they give you a little slap and a threat. It must be very intimidating and scary, because then they sort of understand what game they're in, especially when things go wrong.
And these guys, they switch the charm on, and then they can be completely different. And I have actually come across one person like that.
Yeah.
When you first meet them, you think, oh, aren't they charming? They're lovely.
Yeah.
And then you see the other side, and you think, actually, no, I've made a mistake.
Yeah. That definitely does happen. Right, Ali, we're going to move on to the last point, because we've only got a couple of minutes left. And it was a word that came up. It's a bit disturbing, but it's called...
I don't like the word, and some probably won't understand it. I suggest you look it up.
Okay, can I... what I'll do, I'll just say the word necrophilia, and it is NICROFELIA. Has been mentioned by someone in a private messenger. But, obviously we can't talk about it on the channel, but please look it up, people, and it will tell you what it means. It's quite disturbing, Ali, that was.
Yeah, I'd never come across it before in anything like this, to be honest. And I thought, how sick can people be,
Yeah.
I'm not going to say any more on that one.
That's fine. So, Ali, thank you very much indeed. We've just confirmed that myself and Ali are going to do about 35, 40 minutes on a video. But we've got a lot more coming on Monday, Ali, haven't we?
Well, we hope so.
Yeah.
I keep saying, we've got a lot more, but the trouble is, because they volunteer this, and they're volunteering of their own free will,
yeah.
I can't push them, and some of them I haven't even got a phone number for. We do it through a third party.
Yeah.
So, we're having to, but there's the coroner's lady that I'm speaking to, hopefully on Monday, because I couldn't get her today.
Yeah.
And also 2 or 3 other avenues that we're going to be looking at.
That's absolutely fabulous. And once again, Ali, thank you very much
I just love my engagement ring, Marvin. It's beautiful.
Thank you. So, I've got to think of a wedding date now, haven't we?
No, we don't do that.
You just want to stay engaged.
I just want to stay engaged. Yeah.
Yeah, that's good. I could go with that. Right. Okay. Thank you very much, people. Do subscribe to Streamline Entertainment. Any questions for Ali and myself, just put it in the chat and we'll 100% come back to you. And once again, thank you, Ali, and I hope everything goes well for you for the rest of the week.
Okay, thank you, Marvin, and everybody stay safe and keep warm.
Thank you very much indeed. Thank you all. Goodbye.
Take care. Bye-bye.